Green. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, who's that ugly mug there?
Must be your husband, cause it ain't me. All right, Todd, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. All right, y'all got special guests.
Yo, what up? It's Toto.
Oh, I hear you now. There we go. Toto
Uh,
team. They want to.
Toto, I don't hear you.
I hear you. I don't know why you don't hear me. Let's see if I can put you. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's real nice.
Alright.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I hear you too.
All right,
All right, I'm gonna hang up this phone. Let's
Cool.
see what we got.
let's do it.
All right, what we got going on in the world of Lexus? By the way, introduce yourself. We don't have nothing but one person in here now, but people are gonna jump in as we go. So introduce yourself.
Cuckoo. So people call me Toto. It's my nickname. You can see on the bottom left corner. I work at Lexus. I work with Gary here at Dodge. I work at Lexus now. So I mean, Lexus is just a different vibe from Dodge all the way around. I mean, they make pretty good quality cars for the most part, but every car has its own problems. They still have problems, just like any other car. It's all the same, really.
How would you say that Lexus is different from Dodge, as far as like the ease of working on them or like diagnosis or whatever?
As far as diagging them, with the, I would say we have old school scanners. We use TechStream. That thing is old, man. It's like real old, like 90s to early 2000 program. So it ain't like White Tech. The White Tech is just light years ahead. It's a lot easy, faster to diag a Chrysler product with the White Tech. But I mean, the only thing is you just gotta wait a lot longer to pull up stuff, the codes and test all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's just White Tech is way faster.
Okay. So you would say Chrysler is superior in the scan tool
Oh
arena?
yeah, definitely. I haven't seen nobody like come close to them.
All right, one win for Mopar then. I'll take it. Mopar is up. Look, I'm about to put it in the chat now. Mopar is up.
Mo-
Oh man. See how your Lexus buddies feel about that.
I mean, I will say they are way more reliable than the damn FCA cars, and like,
Ooh. Now I beg to differ, but I'm not gonna push that too hard. With
bro,
with correct maintenance, any vehicle
bro,
can be reliable.
I have been in both worlds. I will tell you right now, the quality starts from beginning to end. The quality is like far superior than any other dealership I've ever been to. I'm like, you know how like when I was at Dodge, we had brand new cars getting built wrong. Like one side the trim will be chrome, the other side the trim will be black. I was like, what the hell's going on? Recently, when I went back to Chrysler, where over there with you, man, all them Jeep Gladiators, the regular Jeeps and the Gladiators, so much electrical problems coming out brand new from the factory. I
Yeah.
had to replace two brand new transmissions on them. They didn't even have 5,000 miles. I was like, that's unheard of with Lexus, man. You don't see stuff like that. The quality is there from start to finish to the PDI. I mean, it's just completely different. I wasn't used to that, but I like it.
So would you say there would probably be a quality control issue then? And then especially new products that's just coming out, I would leave a little bit of gap for like mistakes here and there. Now
Yeah.
stuff that we've been making time and time again with like the same body style for like a couple of years, and it's like, all right, yeah, can't do that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely more quality control being put in. But like you said, any brand new stuff, you're gonna have problems, which we have that too. We have recalls with stuff, all kinds of things. But as far as them being built, like their quality is there. And what was your second point you made there?
Quality control, and then new vehicles.
New
They
vehicle.
have bugs that they need to work
Yeah.
out. So sometimes they like get in the rhythm of it sounds good on paper when they engineer and stuff like that, but like actually producing it and putting the parts on it, parts fail prematurely and it's not
Mhm.
the best design or whatever, so on and so forth.
The other part, like I've seen that they like if they see something messing up on brand new stuff, they immediately jump on it. Like they put a real stop sell. Not like most of these other dealers, they'll sell anything. They don't care if it has recalls or whatever, they're gonna sell it. With us, it's like all these cars are messing up. All right, stop sell. You cannot sell those cars until we figure out this recall. And it's like they really jump on this stuff really fast. And it's like very rarely would I get a brand new car with like less than 20,000 miles.
Mhm.
The customer would be complaining, "Oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work," and I'm so confident that it's more user error, and 9 times out of 10 it is user error. So like, I'm like, man, it's a brand new car, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's almost never nothing wrong with it, but every now once in a blue moon you will get something wrong.
So let me ask you this. So when you do have user error in the Lexus world, how do you guys go about that? Like you've done all the bells and whistles. You've driven it, you've compared it to like cars, and there's no issues. How do you handle that?
The problems that I'm really talking about is more like electrical stuff. Like, oh, my phone doesn't charge, this outlet doesn't work, and they'll buy cheap accessories from the gas station. That's like the number one thing I see. Oh, I just bought this car and my Bluetooth Apple Play doesn't work, or my phone doesn't charge, and I'm like, I test the charger port, it works good. I was like, it's your cheap accessories. But as far as like mechanical stuff, I really don't see too much of that on brand new cars. Like maybe the shop foreman does because it's so brand new. They want to jump on top of it and take care of the customer because that's
Yeah.
usually what they do. So I really don't deal with pretty much none of that.
Okay. All right. So right now we have one viewer. Hopefully more people will get in as we go, but we're actually having a good conversation. So D Donner says that the quality has really come up. He was impressed with his 2021 Challenger GT, but he sold it and got a Genesis instead. And then he said Dodge quality is better than it used to be. So I have to agree with that. Also, what kind of Genesis did you get, D Donner? Because I like the 4-door, the 5.0 R spec, and I would happily get one of those. Either those or a Scat Pack. So yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say all the vehicles on Dodge are messed up, but like mainly the Jeeps, man. They had so many problems. I was working on so many brand new Jeeps with electrical problems. I mean, engine harnesses that were getting rub throughs from the factory, just grounding out the CAN bus, and I had a lot of them when they wouldn't start, they wouldn't shift, and so it was mainly the Jeeps. So I mean, I really didn't see too much problems on the Challengers, Chargers, 300s. Those are more like well-built platforms. Like they already pretty much got them down packed.
Okay. Oh, got Genesis, the 80 model. Okay. I like those too. Um, Me personally, I think sometimes, and then especially because of the COVID and all that stuff that happened, that some manufacturers were like they were already holding these cars waiting for like microchips, and then eventually they're like, okay, boom, we got the microchips, like get them in and out, get them in and out. Also, with the way that everything is being built with machines and stuff, there's nobody actually going through at certain manufacturers. There's nobody going through and checking and making sure. I think that's what's affecting some of the quality control that we're dealing with.
Yeah, like when I started with Lexus and going through the training and all that, I mean that was like their number one thing. That's all they talked about is like quality, high standards, take care of the customer. Like if you apply it to that to any position, I mean you're gonna get good quality service no matter what position you're at. And if everybody does it, then you make really good product.
Yeah, I know. right now, what we have going is hold on real quick.
Said Picklesworth wants to be one of your angels.
All right, so what we got right now, and I actually had to find this out for myself. And people throw this word around a lot, so I don't want to throw it around, but it's called planned obsolescence. And basically, when parts are engineered for the car, they are already planning, okay, at this mileage, this part is going to fail. And then it's like, okay, we're going to have to replace it or whatever, and so forth, so on. And this is across every industry. It's like TVs, automotive, anything you can think of that's being sold is planned obsolescence, especially cell phones. So that's why when you get that update and it's like, crap, my phone blew up, now I gotta go get a new one. But I can say Lexus seems like Lexus, Toyota, they're like, okay, they're not really doing any of that. They're like, okay, we're gonna build a really good part and make one really solid car for each one we produce, and it is what it is. We're gonna take care of the customer. And I mean, I like that approach. And then each car manufacturer has like a different approach. So I feel like with Lexus and Toyota, it's like, we know you're reliable. Like, you're gonna be reliable 100%. With Dodge and like Chrysler and all that, we know like, okay, these things go fast. Like, they're made to go fast. You getting this, you trying to go fast. Or you might get the trucks because it's like, okay, our trucks are actually decent, like not decent, like they're pretty good, like compared to like all the other trucks on the market. They last a good while as long as you maintain them. And then like a Jeep is just, you can't beat it. Like, they set Jeep up in a way to where you can't resist it. Like, people love to customize stuff and make it theirs. And then people like going off road, riding with the doors off, all the accessories and features you can do with a Jeep. So I mean, it's the sky's the limit with a Jeep. So Jeep sells themselves. So nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat a Jeep. I mean, just get one, go off roading, drive around town. I mean, all like you said, all the customization you can do to it. There's a big aftermarket support for it. I mean, it's hard to beat a Jeep. And also with the other thing you're talking about before, I mean, yeah, I feel like Lexus doesn't do that. But they do have some problems. Like I will say the timing covers on them, they leak a lot, and the water pumps leak a lot. That's like one of the two biggest things that I see on them. And I think the timing cover is just like I think in my opinion, it's like a manufacturing defect where the engine block meets the head, it's a little bit comes out a little bit more, and so it eventually starts to leak from that weak point.
What car is it on?
It's mostly like your V6s, pretty much all your V6s.
Across the platform, like all
Pretty much. I mean, if your most recent like RXs, or I see a lot of them on the RXs. I mean, pretty much the most recent V6s, besides all the hybrids and all that.
All right, so let me ask you this. So you kind of have an advantage because you've been in both worlds, but what is like you guys like main engines like that's going on right now that you guys are working with? Like, where like maybe I guess like your top 4 motors that you deal with on a daily basis?
Like, what engines are they?
Yeah, like what's the name of them? What kind of like horsepower? Like some kind of a range. You don't have to be like directly on, but yeah, some kind of range, like horsepower, what cars you have that like that is the best in, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean they're not really built for like speed or anything. They're just mainly built for like reliability, efficiency, good gas mileage, things like that. I mean the V6s, they get around about 300 horsepower, depending on the model, all-wheel drive, what platform it's in. I mean, it's just, I mean, not really much to them. The only V8s we have are on the big SUVs, the GX and the LX. But now, everything's going away. It's all V6. Now they're coming out V6 twin turbos and hybrid V6s and turbo 4 cylinders. This is all the new stuff nowadays.
Okay. Are you guys seeing any like reliability decrease due to like new motors they're testing out?
The new, I think it's the new Tundras and the new GXs or LXs. They're coming out V6 twin turbos. And some of the LSs have V6 twin turbos, but I think with the new platform on the Tundras and the either GX or LX, I heard about some problems with those. Something about I don't know how true this is. I just heard about it. I mean, they put the intercoolers underneath the intake manifold and they start leaking. So when you got to do that, it's like you got to tear pretty much the whole top end down just to get to those intercoolers, and you got to put everything back and then bleed it. I mean, that sounds like a lot, man. I mean, I don't know. I really haven't worked on one of those yet, but we'll see how that goes.
All right, let me check a couple of these comments real quick. Let's see. So D Donner says, "Where are you guys driving?" So we're driving in Georgia. We're in Georgia, so our roads are, unless you get on 285, those roads are jacked up. But other than that, it's like you got some dirt roads and then regular paved roads or whatever, so on and so forth.
Luckily, we don't deal with too much rust buckets like New York and all that, man.
Yeah.
I get some cars from up north and they're just rusted out, and I was like, bro, I couldn't work on these all day long. Ain't no way. You couldn't pay me enough.
I got a story about the rust buckets. You already know, Toto. So let's see. Sierra Mobile Diesel. Thank you for the donation, Sierra. It's nice to see you join in on the chat, and thank you. I'm gonna try to do more lives as we go. We did have like 3 viewers. Look like we went back down to 1, but I'm gonna continue to answer these questions. Let's see.
Dude, just fucking buy an A.
Ooh, they cussing online. All right, so let's see. You are right about playing obsolescence. Bought a second car with 150K miles. Seller said it had 50K already. Need to replace the alternator. When am I gonna need to replace the whole engine? Oh no, I hope not, D Donner. Well, I don't know what kind of car was that, but I will tell you this. So to like congratulate your brand that you got, I tell people this all the time, but my father-in-law has a Tundra, and I believe that thing is at about 680 something thousand miles. I think he did the alternator at 500,000 miles.
What is it, like an OA 12 model?
No, it's 06 or 05 Tundra.
Yeah, I mean those
500,000 miles, man.
As long as you do the maintenance on those, man. The V8s, the around that year model or the era V8 Lexus, even before that, the V8 Lexus, man, they seem to be the most reliable engines ever.
Yeah, I'm like, man. It's a what kind of cars? Okay, where are you guys driving? Oh, what are we driving? Okay. Sorry, D Donner. So we got confused. So he's asking what kind of cars we're driving. So I have a 2018 Dodge Ram with a Hemi, and then I got a 2014 Dodge Avenger with a 3.6 Pentastar.
I like
well, Toto has about 20 cars, guys.
I go through cars like crazy. I mean, I love my imports. I love my domestic too. I mean, but I've always mainly had imports. Always had Hondas. I had like over 20 Hondas. Right now, I'm driving a 99 Integra LS, and I got a 2008 BMW. Yes, BMW. Not a good choice, but It's a 335i, twin turbo, 6-cylinder inlines, making like over 400 horsepower, stage 2 plus. I mean, I got it because it was fast. And then I got a 2013 Acura MDX, good family car.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, like I told y'all, this man got about 30 cars. Even the ones he don't have right now, he still got about 5 somewhere. Anyway. All right, so let's see. Sear Mobile Diesel again. What's up, Turner? So I guess we can stream for a little bit. It's kind of up to my guess. I mean, maybe how long are you trying to stream for?
As long as they want, as long as you want.
Oh shoot! All right.
I got all night.
Oh, it's not. You ain't got to work tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, it's early for me.
Oh damn. Okay. Well. Sorry guys. This is night owl right here. Oh man. He said, "I'm trying to be you." D Donna, who you talking about? You talking about Toto with these 20 cars? You trying to be him?
He's talking about you. With
Man, he
that
talking
Ram.
about you. He talking about you with them 20 cars, man.
Must be nice driving a Ram.
I don't know what you're talking about. You've driven a Ram before multiple times, and you own one. So, sir, I actually am finally doing stuff to my truck after waiting so long. So, stay tuned for that. Who's ever watching, and we will have update videos as I go.
Nice.
I'm going to try something, send you some more viewers. Oh, okay. Come on, Turner, let's do it. I need more viewers. We actually talking about some good stuff on here too. So yeah, send them on. Let's get it. Do you have a link to your channel, Toto?
Which channel? My YouTube?
Your YouTube channel. Or are you not doing what? Where are you mainly like streaming from that people can go and follow you if they want to follow you or whatever?
I mean, I really haven't did a lot of YouTube in a long time, and then even my YouTube is like super amateur. But
mine is too, man.
No, yours are way better than mine. Mine's,
I was gonna say I'm learning as I go. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm learning as I go, man.
I could type it in the chat, right?
Yeah, if it'll let you, yeah, go ahead. Let me see if it got anything that starred or something crazy. Okay.
Is that a thing?
Both. Oh, he said he's trying to be like both. Hey man, if you know better, you'll do better, D Donnie. You gotta do better than both of us. We just trying to make it. That's all. All right. So question for you, Toto.
Yeah.
What would be your dream Lexus build, like far as like it can be whatever year or whatever, like anything that's Lexus that you like, ooh, my dream is to build this, put this kind of car together, whatever, motor setup and all.
I will say, like, as far as my dream car for Lexus, it's definitely gonna be I like the LC 500. You ever seen those?
LC 500.
LC 500. It's like almost like a supercar. It's a 2-door coupe, big V8. Man, you can look it up. This thing's nice. It's like $100,000 car, but it's like set up for track. It's got big brakes. The engine sounds so good, man. They got with Yamaha, and they tuned that engine to sound like how it sounds, man. Like that car is nice. But the LFA, which is even more, that LFA is a supercar. That's a legit supercar. I've never even seen one. Like, that's how rare they are. I think those go for like $500,000 or something. I'm not sure on that.
Oh man.
But, the LFA, you should look it up and listen to the sound of the LFA. Oh my god,
It's called a LFA.
yeah, it sounds like an Indy car or something exotic.
LFA.
It was on one of the Fast and Furious movies at the end.
What's the That's just the name. That's it.
Yeah.
LFA.
Mm-hmm.
Lexus LFA.
Yeah,
Ooh, that guy.
that guy.
Oh,
That's
my
that's
God.
their supercar. They
Ooh.
took a lot of years designing that car. They
Look at
wanted
this. Look
they
at the
wanted-
specs, guys. If you can see it. Wait, can't see it. Let's see. 4.8 liter, 553 horsepower, and this is a 2012 model.
yeah, those things sound crazy.
Uh-oh. I see your wife in the background. See your wife. Oh man, that's funny. All right, let's see. So, all right, my guy Turner is helping me out with some streams, some viewers to the stream. All right, so LFA dream car. All right. Oh, haha. This person has a similar last name.
Whoa, who is
All right, let's see. Crystal. Let's see. What was the easiest car you worked on? I'll let you talk about that first.
Alright.
Taylor.
Easiest car I worked on? Like for Lexus,
Yep.
I would say
I mean, probably in general, like in
General.
general, that you've ever worked on.
Like in general.
in general. So well, I worked on so many Hondas, like the four bangers. I would have to say the single cam Honda Civics, like the 1.5, the 1.6 that come in your Civics. I say those are the easy. I mean, they're so tiny. Like you have so much space. I could drop a transmission on that. I was dropping transmissions on those when I was like teenager in my driveway with no professional tools. Like I didn't even have jack stands. I was using it like tires and logs and stuff to hold the car up. I mean, but I was out there swapping out the transmission, putting clutches in as a teenager, that's how easy they were, man.
So let me ask you this: like when you work on Hondas and stuff like that, are you pulling whatever component, like the engine out or the transmission, or are you just pulling the whole assembly, or are you dropping everything out, or what? How you go about it?
It just depends on like what job I was doing. If I was doing the clutch, I would just loosen the transmission mount, lower the engine, and then just yank the transmission out. Just one motor mount, or the transmission mount, and then I was able to disconnect everything else, and then just pull the transmission out just like that. Put my new clutch in, put it back in, or if I was doing the timing belt, do the driver's side motor mount, lower it or raise it, and then do your timing belt job. Sometimes you don't even have to like loosen the motor mount. You could just do it right there, but you have to get it through the mount.
So in the Dodge world, the timing belt, knowing how to do a timing belt and doing a timing belt is starting to be a lost art and like a lost skill for like any young technicians coming in, because we phased out all of our timing belts. Like the main timing belt engine we've had was like the 3.5, and now everything is timing chain. So how often are you guys doing timing belts over there? I know y'all probably do them every day, all day.
Yeah, these guys, we'll have a couple of them come in. The older cars that do have timing belts, they'll do it like every 90,000 miles or whatever. So usually a lot of guys will do them. I'll do a couple of them. It's very easy on the timing belts. Are just, in my opinion, I love timing belts better because they're easier. I don't know why. I guess that's all I ever dealt with more than the timing chains. I just feel like the timing chains are a little bit more complicated. I mean, timing belt just feels easier because you just got like usually got like a tensioner, bam,
So
belts off.
so with me, I find comfort in timing chains because I have marks on the chain. I have marks on the cam and the crank. And most of the time I don't have to like give a little bit of slack. And when I do, even if I give slack, everything's still lined up and I can get it on point. With the belts, it's kind of like tricky because you can get everything lined up, take away the slack, and then you're off a tooth.
Yeah. I mean,
So
see, I learned on belts, so it comes more naturally to me because once you figure out how to get that slack out and offset for that slack, then it's like piece of cake.
okay. All right, so let me look at the comments real quick, kind of get caught up just a little bit. We do have 10 viewers, so we appreciate you guys jumping in. We're actually talking about some pretty good stuff, so I'm surprised.
We're answering
And
questions. Any
yeah,
questions you got?
he's a really good guest too. Yeah, and like we've said, we have worked together. I actually was there like when he first came in and kind of helped train him a little bit. But we're like the same age basically. We're both like 30, about to be 31. If he's not already 31,
I'm
'cause he old.
31.
All right, you old. Yeah, yeah. So I've been at it about 10 years and probably similar for him, but he's been doing it way longer, like just mess around with cars. All right, so Lakes. I met Lakes the other day on a live with Fluffy, the Fluffy Mexicanic. What's going on, Lakes? Appreciate you for coming. Let's see what we got next. We got Shannon Dickinson. What's going on with you, Shannon? Just slam the like and subbed. Thank you, sir or ma'am. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see. That's me. Let's see. Oh, we got a good one. Wait, hold on. Froze up in the middle comment. Okay, let's see. Oh man, after I answer a couple of these comments, we're gonna have to talk about a PC setup because that's what I'm in need of right now. How did you guys learn to work on cars? Me, I went to a tech school in Georgia called Southern Crescent and Griffin. They literally taught me nothing but what the tools are. If we had any issue as we was going through our pods, like chassis, engine, electrical, whatever, we would have to have either a car of one of ours that was messing up to learn about that specific pod, or we would like have like little shop cars and hope that we can like make a problem related to that. So that's how I learned. I was really taught once I went to a Dodge dealership while I was still in school, and I had a mentor. I actually had a mentor group of several technicians, and they taught me while I was up on the apprenticeship. That's how I learned. So Toto, you can answer too.
So for me, I've always been into cars and stuff like that. So I got my first car very early at 15, and right away I started doing stuff to it. I mean, just jump in. You're gonna make mistakes. I mean, no matter what, that you learn from your mistakes. That's how I learned. I had my car. I was just working on stuff and breaking a lot of stuff, but then you learn. And YouTube, man, YouTube is a big thing. Like you didn't. That was how I diagnosed all my cars back then. Like as a teenager, YouTubed everything, man. Like there's so much stuff on YouTube. Forums, they're very helpful. I think it was like 17. I had a Civic. I did a swap on it and wired it from OBD2 to OBD1, all just from like looking up forums and YouTube. And I had a buddy who would always be at each other's house, and he had cars too, so we just learned on each other's cars and looked stuff up. And you want to learn something, you're gonna learn it.
Okay. All right, let's see what else we got in here. So we went from 10 to 6, but we're gonna keep going. We got a lot of people in the chat that know each other, so that's really good. D Donner says he sees the Lexuses that you like all the time in Miami. Let's see next. This is Turner shouting out Lakes. What's going on, Lakes? We got Chris JRS working on my S13 240 SX when it was stock was the easiest in my opinion. Oh, I never finished that question. So the easiest car I've ever worked on would be probably was a 4.3 liter Chevy Silverado that I own, 2000 model, 4.3 liter. That was pretty easy to work on. Let's see what else we got. A lot of hellos in here. Bill Beckett, thank you. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. David, please like, comment, subscribe. Please join.
By the way, Chris, that 13 is one of my favorite cars.
Which one?
The S13. I love 240s, drift cars.
Wow.
All right. Let's see what this is saying. Do anybody save a transmission anymore or just get a new car if the training goes back? So that depends. If it's a very reliable transmission, I would sacrifice the money and get it rebuilt. If it's not the most reliable transmission, or if that car has been giving me a ton of problems, no, I'm kicking that car to the curb and I'm gonna keep it moving. And go ahead, Toto.
With the Lexus, we don't even like rebuild them at all. They just starts giving you trouble, whole new transmission and everything. Yeah. Like some other Lexus might do it, but our dealership doesn't. We just replace the whole transmission.
All right, Lakes says, hi, Bill, Chris Turner, David Shannon. All right, Shannon. Hey, Bill. All right. David is saying hey to Turner. Let's see what they're saying right here. So, Bill Beckett. My first time in belt was a PT Cruiser. Ooh. All right, so the PT Cruisers skipped my generation, and I thank God for that. But I do know a really good PT Cruiser technician. Check them out. You guys already know him. Online Mechanic Tips. JT. Let's see. So it's a lot of hey back and forth. And let's see what we got. Oh, my dude, Fluffy. All right. So, Toto, if you're not subscribed to this guy on YouTube, you need to subscribe to him. Hold on. There you go. Fluffy Mexican. What's going on, Fluff? Cool dude. My dude, what's good? I set up a day where I'll come on and hang with you. Bet. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm with it. We got Fluffy in there. Shannon's in there. All right, we got Zach Price says, what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on? So Turner says he still rebuilds transmission and torque converters. Okay, got you.
Last time I was at Dodge, I had to do a timing belt on a timing belt, water pump, tensioner, all that on a PT Cruiser. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it reminds me so much of like a Honda, so I breezed through it, no problem.
Man, so all right, guys. We're going to cut for 2 seconds and we're going to go into somewhat of a tangent. So I took a job as a shop foreman last year at this new dealership in Georgia, of course, down in Jackson. And I was a shop foreman. Toto was already there as one of the techs. And he actually was the one that kind of convinced me to come on. So I get there. We already got one guy that was the foreman, but didn't want it, did not want it. So I come in, I'm the foreman now, and now it's a problem. So I give this guy, which you guys can relate if you're car guys, PT Cruisers, people that own PT Cruisers spend money. I don't know why. I don't know why they love these cars so much. I personally, it don't matter to me. I wouldn't buy one, but I have nothing against them. Either way it goes. So yeah, with the PT Cruisers, I give this guy. He complains he has not enough work. He's not making enough hours. I give this guy 2 customer pay PT Cruiser jobs, and he just is livid. He goes over to Toto. He's like, "That's the best way to piss me off, giving me PT Cruisers." And like, God, I gave you customer pay work. Like, I've never seen nobody get mad because they're getting customer pay work. So yeah, small tangent. Anyway, hey, all PC Cruiser owners, bring your car in. We'll get you set up right away. Anyway, so did you have any questions for me, Toto?
About as far as what?
Just in general, if you had any
Oh.
questions about anything.
How do you feel like the Dodge is going with the back orders and stuff? Are they getting better at it, or still a problem?
Far as parts, we're still struggling to get parts that we need. So yeah, I guess the back order is still pretty terrible, but at the same time, we're sourcing parts from certain places like other dealerships and stuff like that, and like we're figuring it out as we go. So it's not as like terrible as it is. My biggest thing right now that's going on in the Dodge world is all of these hybrids that we're just like pushing out, and then we have like all these recalls for them. And it's like as you're doing the recalls, like it causes more issues. So it's like So yeah, that's what we dealing with.
Yeah, it's crazy because with Lexus, I think they just released a full electric vehicle. Like all the other ones were hybrids, but now they have a full electric one. I was like, damn, I thought they been had one. And all of it was they were all hybrids, but now it's like, everybody trying to force electric vehicles nowadays and everything. So they came in the dealership and they saw the electric charger, and I was like, damn, we just now getting these? Like I thought they've been had these. Like, with Dodge they had plenty of them, and
Yeah.
I felt like they're a little bit more advanced with the hybrids and stuff or the EVs. But yeah, they're pushing electric vehicles now. I mean, that's the future. So I mean, just imagine in 5-10 years, like pretty much, hopefully not, but everything's gonna be electric.
All right, so I got a random spitball for you. If somebody's trying to be somewhat fuel efficient, don't want to spend a lot of money, what like older model Lexus would you recommend that, like, if you want to look somewhat sporty, save on gas, and have like a cool Lexus effect? What, like, maybe 2 or 3 that you would recommend, like models? And we're talking about cars, no trucks or nothing like that, SUVs.
You talking about gas or?
Gas for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I would say,
Like, how you feel about the LS 430?
the LS 430. It is V8. Pretty much all the V8s, they're like, I wouldn't say they're all fuel efficient. They're V8s. They're made to be reliable. So I mean, they are pretty good. Like V8s are better on highways, cruising. As soon as you go in town, stop and go traffic, you're gonna eat up your gas mileage and stuff like that.
All right,
But
let me change the question a little bit. All right, so the LS 430,
Top burning.
like
Rentals.
with y'all's V8,
Top burning.
is it powerful? Like, what kind of specs do you have? Like, is it comparable to like a Hemi at all? Like,
Oh no.
what do you think about
as
it?
far as driving them,
Are you a blonde?
no, they're not. They're not like Hemis. I mean, them Hemis,
Oh,
they crank out power. I mean, that's what they're built to be powerful. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still powerful, but they're not like a Hemi, Scat Pack, or nothing like that. They're not moving like that. They're just their main focus is reliability, so they're gonna sacrifice power and stuff like that for reliability. So a lot of the times that's how they get the reliability. They don't make it where they're too powerful and stuff like that. Things break faster. So pretty much in a sense they detune everything so it can last a lot longer.
Okay.
But they do have the torque, they have enough power. I'm not saying they're slow, but they're not like fast.
Right.
It
Okay.
just gets the job done.
So it gets the job done, basically. All right. All right. Once again, while we're going, we just want to thank everybody that actually got on, whether you stayed, whether you jumped off, kept jumping back on, whatever. We thank you for coming on. So we're caught up on comments. So at this time, like anybody that's watching, if you have any questions that you just want to ask either one of us, once again, this is Toto. He does work for Lexus. So if you have any Lexus questions, of course, I'm Gemini, also known as Gary. That's my real name anyway. You can ask me. I got Dodge Chrysler certified and I work on them every day. So if you got any questions or comments about that, you can type them in the chat now. Also, Turner, that what you do, rebuilding transmission still, and I think you also said torque converters, maybe. That is a lost art. And I applaud you for that because at the dealership, we don't even have a chance to learn that. It's about just
Cranking
efficiency.
the cars out, yeah.
It's man, like when so let me ask you this question. All right, so this is probably like the last topic, and then I'm probably about to jump off. I'm trying to end this close to like 10:25, 10:30. But when I got into the automotive field, the reason I got into the field was because I got tired of paying somebody else to work on my car, and my car kept breaking, and it was costing me so much money. And the car that I'm talking about was a 95 Crown Victoria, Ford Crown Victoria. And there wasn't any engine transmission issues. It was suspension, the damn dreaded Ford squeak. And I mean, ball joints, upper, lower, tie rod ends, whatever. But the main thing that got me was I'm thinking when I'm learning about cars, I'm gonna know everything, like every single thing. And it depends on who trains you, how you're trained, and how much time you have to get trained. Like, or if you like learn by yourself and you slowly learn everything. But with me, I was just like, okay, you get an apprenticeship, go down here with the transmission guy. Turns out the transmission guy was an apprentice. So I was a apprentice up under an apprentice. So this guy was learning to build transmissions while he was teaching me. Never showed me how to build transmissions. I was just doing R&R. So any questions I had as we were dagging things was like, I don't know, just get this transmission out of this car or whatever. So it's like, all right, crap. So that happened for a while. Eventually, I got moved on with another tech who's very good tech, and he's way more experienced. And I learned a lot of other things, but it's still like so much that I missed out. Like I missed out on diesel. I missed out on rebuilding transmissions and stuff like that. But now where we're at the dealership, it's kind of like you have a major engine failure, you're getting a motor. We're not going into it and building it. Take too much time. You have a major transmission issue, shoot, you're getting a new transmission. We ain't got time going there and rebuild them. So, yeah. Thank you, Shannon. All right, have a good night. Nice to meet you. All right, so anyway, Toto, your turn.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
What do you think about like the automotive world? Like, did you come in thinking like, "Ooh, I'm gonna learn everything. I'm gonna be like a
So
super technician"? And
yeah, like I was working on cars at the house. No garage, no lifts, no nothing. I was doing all kinds of stuff, and I was so cocky and confident. I was like, "Oh man, I know how to do all this and that." And I went to go apply for the dealership, and I wanted to like go straight in as a tech. I didn't have no dealership experience. I had some independent experience, but I was thinking I was gonna go in there as a tech and turn wrenches and do my thing. But they're like the service manager. He was like, "Well, we're gonna start you off in quick loop." I was like, "Quick loop? What? Like I know more than changing oil. Like, come on, man." And so I ended up taking it. So I was like, whatever. And I thought I knew a lot, even in quick loop with the online training for the dealerships. I was like, yo, hold up. Like, I don't know nothing, especially like watching these guys in the shop and you know, I thought I knew how to diag stuff, but really I was just a parts replacer. And then like I didn't understand like how to fully truly diag a vehicle and verify it. I was always like, oh, this is happening. Let me replace this. Let me replace that. Let me replace that. And you can't do that at a dealership. You
no,
cannot do that. You're playing with people's money, time. I mean, you have to diag it right the first time and verify it. Because if you don't, you're not gonna last long.
no, not at all.
But yeah, I got humbled real quick. I was like, yo, I don't know nothing. Hold up.
Oh man, it's hilarious. All right, Toto. I think I'm gonna cut it short. This was a good stream. We're definitely gonna have to get on here and do it again. But I
Yeah, for sure.
appreciate you for being my guest
No problem.
tonight. We got up to 10 views. It's a good start. I don't really do lives like that, so it's a good start.
It's gonna go up.
It's gonna go up for sure. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. And like I said, me and Toto are good buddies, so we'll keep in contact for sure. But you guys that tuned in, we appreciate y'all, and we will catch y'all on the next stream. Maybe I might have Fluffy Mexicanic on the next one, so stay tuned. We'll see. But appreciate you guys. Gemini Automotive out. Toto Tune, you can sign out if you want to.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy.